Here we are.
Morning, morning, everybody.
It's us again. It's Tuesday, and we're here just to talk trash with you, like we do every week. And we've been doing it a long time, and there's still plenty of trash out there to
There
talk.
is. Yeah, there definitely is. Like, man, I got this morning, dropped my son off at school. I don't work today, so that's awesome. Went and got coffee. I've been better about spending money on coffee. I really have. But I like to treat myself. And I drive by Summer Moon when I take him to school sometimes. And because I don't live in walking distance of Summer Moon anymore, or several other which is a good thing. That's probably a good thing.
Right.
Um, I could still walk. There's like two Starbucks I could walk to, but ugh. I'll take Luke sometimes. We've driven to the Starbucks recently. It was like a rainy day. And I was like, buddy, let's go get like a treat. And he wanted a hot chocolate. And they do great kids hot chocolate there. And I just was like, I'll get a cup of coffee. And we brought our art supplies and we stayed in Starbucks, drank our coffee, and just kind of
That's
drew.
cool.
Yeah, something cool. Anyway, but I like going to coffee shops. And I got in Summer Moon, and I'm not calling them out because they normally are really good at this. I ordered my drink and they got a new one out. And when you go to a place like Summer Moon, 9 times out of 10 for me, I'm getting something unique. I'm not just getting a cup of coffee.
Specialty of the house this
If you're
week.
going to treat yourself, treat
Yeah.
yourself. And they got a new one out and it sounded good, so I got it. I mean, I can read the price right there, you know. I could see it, but and this guy goes, "All right, can I get a name?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's Brandon. And they're like, "Okay." And then they're like, "Is that it?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's it." They're like, "All right, just pull around in the front." And I'm like, and it dawned on me, and I think I've complained about this before, but it dawned on me. I'm like, how much is it? Like I know how much it is if I read it, but like, let's be real. 9 times out of 10, you're just ordering. You're prepared to spend money. You don't really think about the price when you go to these drive-throughs. You don't think about it.
Right.
But you also want to make sure you're getting the same price that it's advertised for because what if it's wrong? And then you're like, dude, whoa, that's $3 more. I don't want that. I don't want a $12 coffee, you know?
Right.
And he didn't say anything. And then I get there, and this is typically unusual for them, so I'm not calling them out. I'm calling them out today, and I get there and he opens the window. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? And then I thought he'd be like, 698, whatever. I don't know. He just hands out the mobile thing, the little, and I'm like, well,
Oh, to sign it to,
to
yeah.
sign it and tap my card or put the card in and then I'm like, well, what if I also have cash? And I understand that that's a few and far in between, but still, because every now and then I'll just pull out $10 because I'm like, dude, I got 10. Um, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, it's the same price, but like you didn't even tell me the price. Like it's common practice. It's a courtesy. It's part of the gig. It's another step, as funny as that sounds, for you to be able to get a tip because you're not even going above and beyond at this point. You're just doing your job. And so I tap it and then I go to sign it. Now, luckily it's highlighted
Yeah.
at the no tip. But I would have to give him one like push, and I don't look, and that's a different conversation that we've already had. I'm not doing it. I'm not tipping you. You didn't make my coffee. You're just stop it. So I signed it. Boom, whatever. And he hands me a coffee. He's like, all right, thanks. Close the window. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm seeing that actually more and more where people are not going through the steps. Read back the order. Oh, hey, you got a large blueberry latte hot. That'll be 7.98. Read like that's
Yeah.
a
Please
confirmation.
pull around.
Please
That
pull
makes
around.
me
I'll see
feel
you up
good.
there, Brandon.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Brandon, how are you? Here's your total 7.98. Done. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but you
Right.
do that at multiple places. You go to a fast food place. You go to what? Okay, pull around. Did you have the quarter pounder with cheese? Yeah, okay. They just hand it out. What's my total, bro? How do I know you got everything right? Did you take the pickle off because I hate pickles, or am I gonna get halfway down the road and pissed off?
Right, right.
Like I'm seeing that, and it's just those stupid little things, and I can't tell if I'm being extra, but I'm
But it,
seeing it even more with other stuff.
it's putting the responsibility back on our shoulders that we've got to do that. But because take that a step further, uh, I've been plenty of places where they hand you that little gizmo to sign, and it already has on the screen 18, 20, 25% or whatever, and usually the 25% is already highlighted. So
Yeah.
how many people will just take it, sign it, and all? Then take a step further, doesn't even print out a receipt. It'll say, we'll text you a receipt or so. Then later, you're sitting on your computer at home and you come up and you say, wait a minute, I got a $10 cup of coffee and I got, another $2.50 tip.
And
Uh,
what are you going to do? Dispute it? You going to call them and fight for it?
right, right. That's why I say that's my bad because I didn't say up the. And for instance, when we order, very often Lauren has a gluten issue, so she has to order that burger on a gluten-free bun. And then we get home or whatever. You open up the package. That doesn't look like the gluten-free bun, or it's got lettuce and tomatoes and onions and stuff on it. She doesn't like that. She ordered it plain.
Right.
Uh, so you don't have that opportunity to open up the bag and make sure your order is okay because honk honk honk. There's people behind you. They're trying to hustle the people through.
Well, and there's all those little tiny like minute things that I see a lot. Like, you know, you go to certain grocery stores, and I won't name them. I don't go there for a reason, but you got 30. You know what? Let's call out Target. Why not? Everybody else is calling out Target. I'll call out Target. Screw Target. You know,
It's the
let's
target
let
of this show.
Yeah, this is it. So I don't go to Target very often, and I don't care about their political beliefs, their non-political beliefs. I know who Target is. They are there to make money and capitalize on whatever's trending at the time. They try to be unique, but they're not. Let's be real. They're a big company. Let's stop tying companies to corporate beliefs. All they care about is green. That being said, or political beliefs. That being said, Target, big store, right? Typically big, not the super Targets, just even Target in general is a big store.
Right, right.
And you got two sides with, self checkout and then all the lines or all the lanes. I don't go to Target often, but I need a new pair of work shoes and I need them quick. Like I got to buy some now. Amazon's pretty good, but Target will have some really cool, fun, like where I can cross over into like dress shoes, and I just need to I just need them and I like
And
going. So
they're
I'll
and they're
go,
there for you to try on to make
I
sure the
try them
size is
on
right.
and I do that. So I'll go to Target and get some work shoes. And then if Luke's with me, I'll get him a couple shirts. We'll grab a something and leave. I went there the other day. Huge store. I mean, and I realized how big it was. I know it sounds funny, but I realized how big it was because it was empty. Nobody was there. Nobody was there. I was like looking like a lot of that has to do with things that are going on. But so I go there, I get my shoes, I walk up and I'm like, I'll do self checkout. It's just shoes. I don't need to talk to anybody. Frankly, I don't want to talk to anybody. And I go up but yet I got a girl standing there that they're paying God knows how much to stand
Right.
there
To watch
and
you
say,
check out.
yeah, watch me check out. She didn't say hi to me. She didn't look at me. She looked on her phone. She talked to
Right,
some girl
right.
that also worked there. And I'm like, okay, so you suck. And scanned my stuff. And then I accidentally scanned it twice. Like I went to take it away and it scanned again. I'm like, son of a. And she's right there. Like, I mean, she heard me. I go, oh man, that would have been an indication to look up. Nah, she's too busy talking about, the smoothie she's gonna buy when she gets out of work.
Right.
And So I look over and I'm like, hey, dude, you know, and she's like, oh, can I help you? And I'm like, oh, yeah, you could. And I was like, I accidentally scanned this twice. And she kind of looks at the bag. She looks at me. She looks at the computer, looks at the, and I'm like, are we trying to figure out world hunger here? Because it's like seriously not that complicated. Take one of these freaking pair of
Just
shoes off. Like, it's
yeah, just
stupid.
zero it out and I'll start over.
And so she goes, okay, well, I'll have to remove one. And I'm like, you think? You think that that's the possibility that you'll have to remove one? And I go, yeah. And she's like, so you only wanted one? I go, well, there's only one pair there. What are we doing? And I'm there even longer at self checkout. I'd have been better to go to the other lanes, but here's the thing, not one of those 15, 20 lanes had a person in it. They were all closed,
Yeah,
not one red shirt,
yeah.
nothing. So I'm forced to deal with purple hair tongue ring who doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. And
It's
and she's like, okay, I'll take that off for you. I'm like, cool. Cause now I'm like, and I'm not
you could
impatient.
have been halfway home by that by now.
Bro, I could have had an Amazon order. I could have tried them on. They didn't fit, returned it. Amazon would have still got me the shoes the same day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not mad. Like, I'm not mad that it happened. Like, dude, accidents happen. I don't care. I'm not mad that you gotta do it. Like, I'm not even mad about it. I'm just like, ah, what an idiot, Brandon. I'm more mad that you are being stupid. Like, what are we doing? Basic comments. Like, I'm gonna have to take one of these off. Oh my God. Well, considering there's only one peer error, and I just there. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing all these little tiny nuances that are making me mad.
But you see, the younger generation, the current generation and all, they're all for that. They don't want to interact with people. They want to do everything themselves. They want to scan it on their phone. They want to
That's
scan it
fine.
in the store
I
and all.
get that.
And if they make a mistake, they're willing to wait. I don't see that either. And Lauren and I disagree on that. She's into the self checkout stuff.
Me too.
Me,
I don't want to
I
talk
like
to
to
anybody.
say, "Hey Rosie, how you doing?"
I don't care about Rosie.
You know, the checkout lady at the grocery store, and then I also they very often give opportunities to emotionally or physically challenged kids
A
to meet the
different level.
baggers.
I'm all for that. Look, here's my
Yep.
thing. There is a balance between technology and the obvious, and certain grocery stores that have three letters, I won't say who they are. Um, we do that. So I gave it away. We do that. We
Yeah.
have your paperless, we have your contact, we have your curbside, we have your QR code, we all that. But the thing that separates grocery stores from the garbage that's out there that people are forced to buy from is that personal touch, that customer service. So I think you can have amazing customer service and you have self checkouts and you have a competent human being standing there because things do happen because technology isn't perfect. And then it's another eyes to make sure somebody's
Yeah.
not stealing. That
I'll
has
tell you
nothing to,
one of the best examples of that, and they're no longer around, is Sears. When growing up, when you went to Sears, like you could go to the Sears hardware department, and there were guys there that knew everything
well,
there was to know about every piece of equipment that they sold in that department.
a
And,
hundred
and
percent.
then
But
after that, they went to the self checkout, which meant you had to sit there and read the information about every tool in order to decide which one you wanted, which one would be the best for the project that you had. Now they're not even around today
well, Sears
because,
died. Sears died because they couldn't get with the times. Let's be real. Like,
well, yeah, but
they
Ace
didn't have the
Hardware was the same
product.
way.
Home Depot came around and said, "Forget it, we got it." Because Home
Right.
Depot's the best of both worlds. You want to go, they got people to help you. They will
That's right.
talk to you, or you can
Yeah.
grab it and go. So they've managed the technology and the personal touch, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
have a person in the store watching, because this isn't about technology being an issue, this is about the incompetent people. And I don't want to sit here and say like that generation doesn't care, they're patient. No, they're not being taught. The employees aren't being taught customer service. And you can have all the scan apps and the QR codes you want, but if they don't know how to fix a problem, then those QR codes are garbage. Look at
Yeah.
Walmart. Walmart is a dog pile, trash, dumpster fire place. A company that does not care about its people. And they're wondering, oh, well, we can pop up stores anywhere. But you go in there and it's like they scrape the bottom of the barrel to get the humanoids. No offense to the people that work at Walmart, but let's be real. The humanoids that work there.
Yeah.
And they're just standing there.
Well, and again, and as I have always said, those that have followed this show and other shows that I've done, I don't necessarily blame those humanoids for their lack of
No,
attention and knowledge. It's management.
100%. You can get away with it. I mean, no, let's be real. Some of those people shouldn't have been hired in the first place, but um, you can get if your job is just to be there and they pay you scraps and that's all you care about, then cool. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, they're not going to go above and beyond if the management and leadership isn't preaching that, and if the company doesn't care. So yeah, I get it, but again, you look at why other stores look. Trader Joe's has phenomenal customer service and they're a good company. Like as a whole, they
Yeah.
are a good. Costco has great customer service and it's a good company. It starts at the top and it's not just about the pay, it's the training. And they hire people from younger generations, the generate millennials, the whatever the
Right.
next generation. And those guys are working and doing good. So it's not just a generational or technology thing. It's a training thing. But why are we allowing it? Why are we sitting there accepting these stupid trivial things? Like look at Netflix. Netflix, horrible, horrible company. Okay. They definitely have been openly admitted that they want to kill the movie theaters. They've said it. They want to kill them. They continue to put out slush and slop 350 billion million-dollar movie that is generic as can be, and we are just eating it up and paying for it. And then when you call and they have a little thing you can complain about, they don't care. I got a
No.
survey. How are we doing? I'd let them know. Thanks for your feedback. Why'd you
Right.
ask me?
Yeah.
Why'd you ask me?
And
And then
that's
they
not
raise the
coming from
prices.
that's not coming from Netflix anyway. It's coming from a third party company that they hired to do their surveys and promotional stuff.
Yeah, and it's like all these little tiny things. I'm like, why are you asking me how you're doing if you're not? Disney Plus has asked me for the last, well, I don't know how long they've been on, 3 years now.
Yeah.
Every year I get a survey. I fill it out. Sometimes I get like half off my next month. Sometimes I'll get like a coupon for something. I just got a $25 food voucher at Disney. I literally was talking about in my feedback, hey, we're going there. Can't wait to check this out. I found it out on Disney Plus. They sent me a $25 voucher and they listed the restaurants. Hey, that's 25 bucks, man. Like,
Sure.
you
Right.
know, that's amazing.
That's a
So
meal.
that's a meal, right? So I'm super excited about it. But they've also made changes to their platform. I'm not saying it's because of me, but I'm saying that clearly they're listening to people. What are we doing by not following the basics? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just getting, and I thought part of it was my age, and maybe it is, or maybe I've just like seen too much and I realize this is not the way to do things, you know?
Well, it's because you and I know what it was like years ago. And that, like I say, this self-service stuff bothers me. This business about I have to walk over and I have to now order my food on a kiosk, and then I put my credit card through,
Yeah, I
and then
agree.
I walk around and I get to the end, and they're expecting a tip for me from me to do everything that I ended up doing.
And all
Not
they
just
did was
sitting
hand you
down.
the plate.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I
So
would like? I would like for the guys in the back that made my food to have a little tip thing back there so I could go, oh, wait a minute, is that the chef? Cool, I got you, chef, because they did the work.
yeah, exactly. Because you and I have talked about the fact that the tip that you do leave, it's probably not even going to get to the chef. It's just going into a general pot, and it's probably going back in to pay the salaries, the
No,
basic salaries of those people anyway. So,
100%. So
well,
I don't know. There's just some really annoying things. And I think the more I encourage people to leave those comments, to get them to the manager, not
right.
be, not be a complete prude about it or a jerk about it, but leave those comments because eventually people are, when we got stores that close, we got restaurant chains, I mean, on the border shut down, because they didn't get with the program.
That's right. You got to change with the times, but be realistic about those changes. It's not just
100%
about cutting people and cutting
cost. And
the bottom line and
no,
all.
you can do that for a while. You can do it for a while, but you're going to start to see. You take
Yeah,
people out of the stores, you take people out of the restaurants. Guess what? You take the people out of the seats. Trust me.
that's right. Well, that'll do it for another episode
All
of
right,
Trash
guys.
Talk. We'll hey, catch up with you next week. Okay,
Later.
don't go out and do anything stupid. Okay,
Yeah, do it. Just tell
see
us
ya.
about it.